How do you measure yourself against the goals that the two of you set for your presidency? Do you feel that you've accomplished what you wanted to accomplish? Any work that remains to be done?
Yes, I would say by any measure it's been a very successful year, and Deborah and I have worked with some really inspiring people, men and women, both within the WSA and then on the faculty and the administration, and any success that we've had is certainly a function of those people and the teams that we've had the opportunity to work with. So I think some highlights from the year are certainly the close collaboration that the WSA has had with the administration in terms of celebrating the 50th. So we've had, we kicked the year off with a big champagne reception with men and women, and Dean Noria making remarks on what this milestone meant for the school. Anne Marie Slaughter came, Deb Spar came. We've had some really interesting distinguished keynotes. Our conference this year was huge. It's big every year, but this year we wove the 50th in. The theme was Success Redefined, because what we found through talking to a lot of women at different phases in their career is that the typical paradigm of success doesn't fit everyone. It certainly doesn't fit every man, and it definitely doesn't fit every woman either. And so really putting together a theme for this huge conference. We have 1,100 people that come, and I can't remember how many panels, like 30 panels, I believe, throughout the day. So it was very closely woven into the conference on what does success mean for you and how are you going about achieving it. And that is directly related to the 50th. So we had some really big highlights in there. So I think that in terms of celebrating this milestone, we did our absolute best to make it a huge celebration this year while not losing sight of the issues and the things that are challenges. And I think we did that well. Something that we didn't do well that I think is on our successors to really tackle and think about how to do this is, I don't know that we did the best job engaging men. We have all these great events at school. We have distinguished speakers, we have receptions, there's small group events, there's large group events, and pretty much everything is open to the entire student body. But I can't tell you how many times, guys, my male colleagues, classmates have come up and said, oh man, that speaker looked really cool, but I don't know if I could come, were we allowed, I wasn't sure, I felt uncomfortable. And that's a problem because we, on our part, we feel like we're communicating it very clearly that this is open to all students, but it's, for some reason, it's not getting through. So I think something that's on our successors to think about is how do we pull men in a way that allows them to engage in these conversations in a safe way, not worrying they're going to offend anyone, but in that, just coming from a place of curiosity and intellectual curiosity. So one thing that we thought about, we work with presidents of equivalent organizations at different MBAs, and Duke has this cool program called the Male Ambassadors Program, and it's very much equivalent, I think, to the Allies program that the LGBTSA here has. So I think we should have a Male Ambassadors Program, just see what men in the school, RCs, ECs, want to engage on these topics and work to understand the perspectives of women that they work with and that they're friends with and vice versa. And we sit around all the time asking ourselves, how can we engage men? And all of a sudden I'm just let's just ask a guy. So I think that's probably something big that's hopefully coming up for next year. In addition to just keeping the momentum going, in many respects we had it easy this year because there was such a natural platform for all of these events, all of these speakers, all of this conversation. But the pressing question at this point is what's next? What are we going to be talking about and celebrating in the 51st year, and the 52nd, and the 99th? I think keeping the energy moving is a huge challenge and something that I'm sure whoever ends up leading the organization next year can do because the administration is very committed. So I have no worry that the momentum is going to slow, but it's something to certainly think about.